Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Orlagh, and today I thought I would tell you about a little habit I've picked up recently called morning pages. So if you're interested in hearing about things writing and creative things, then yeah, just stay watching. So I've got my cup of tea in my very nice mug, which makes me very happy. So yeah, if you haven't heard of morning pages, it was an idea created by Julia Cameron, and I'm going to read the little excerpt from her website, which I'll put in the down box below, but it's called The Artist's Way. And morning pages are 3 pages of longhand stream of consciousness writing done first thing in the morning. There is no wrong or right way to do morning pages. They are not high art, they are not even writing, they are about anything and everything that crosses your mind, and they are for your eyes only. Morning pages provoke, clarify, comfort, cajole, prioritise and synchronise the day at hand. Don't overthink morning pages, just put 3 pages of anything on the page and then do 3 more pages tomorrow. So I first heard of this idea from listening to her on Fern Cotton's Happy Place podcast, and as somebody who is a fan of writing, I write poetry, I write every day. This idea really intrigued me because I already have books that I write in at night time, so I thought, why not add one for the morning too? So if you're somebody like me who is very much like, I live in my head a lot and I'm trying to take kind of active steps to take myself out from my thinking mind a bit more and more into my body, and to try and be a little bit more present, this activity could be a good thing for you too. So what you need to do is you need to get a book, happily being sniffed at by my dog right now. And this is the book I chose. It can be any notebook. She does suggest A4, like letter, or let me check. So she suggests 3 sides of US letter paper. A4 is close enough, but I have this book that's like A5 and it's fine. So yeah, the idea is that when you wake up first thing, before you have time for, as she says, your ego to kind of settle in, when you're in that like post-sleep kind of hazy fog, you know, when you're in the morning and you're like, word, hello world, you know, that kind of weird state you're in, you write down 3 pages and you don't have to overthink it. Often mine are about my dreams or whatever's on my mind, and you have to write 3 full pages, because the idea is that at the beginning it might be awkward, but towards the 2nd or 3rd page you kind of spill out all of these things that were on your mind. So this is the book I use, and I keep this on my coffee table, so when I drag myself out of bed in the mornings, I can do it. I have my nice little gold Bic pen that's been partially chewed by my dog. And obviously I'm not going to read them out, but I have spent the last 60 days, so I began this on the 23rd of January, and today is the 23rd of March. So I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the advantages I found of doing this. Like any habit, obviously at the beginning it takes a bit of time to get used to it and to settle into a routine. If you're kind of looking to make like a morning routine, or to kind of I don't know, stick with a new habit and you're finding it hard, the best way is to tie it to a habit you already have. That was my dog burping in the background, if you heard that. So for me, I like to do yoga in the morning, so I do this before I do yoga, and that way I kind of know that before I do yoga I have to do this, and it kind of cements it into my morning a little bit. Don't worry if you're kind of a bit more time poor in the morning. I don't have to work first thing in the morning, luckily. I'm not a morning person, I work a little bit later on in the day to compensate for that. But this can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, I think, depending on how quickly you're writing, depending on how quickly your thoughts are kind of forming in the morning. I'd say for me it's between like 7 and 8 minutes of writing this book. And to be honest, going in, I didn't really know what to expect necessarily. I already have books I write in throughout the day anyway, which I'll quickly go through. I have my bullet journal, which I write all of my like daily to-do lists in, and all of my brain dumps and my calendar and all stuff like that. I have my gratitude journal, which I've been doing for a long time now. This is book 13, and that's a habit I started maybe like, I want to say like 9 years ago, and I've done it every night religiously, where I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, and then the Q&A a day book. Maybe you've seen these knocking around. This is my 2nd one, and I'm on the final year, so at the end of this year I'll have completed 10 years of doing these books. So each book contains 5 years of prompts. Sorry. Every time I'm on the floor, it's normally playtime, so poor little bugger's got confused. So yeah, there's 5 years per journal, and this is my second one. So I'm no stranger to kind of keeping up with the habit of a book. So I knew I could kind of keep up with it. I just didn't know necessarily what to expect. But after 60 days, I can say that this has really been a bit of a game changer for me. I've noticed the things I tend to write the most about first thing in the morning are my dreams. So this is quite a good way if you're interested in dreams. I have very weird, vivid, lucid dreams pretty much every night. Sometimes I wake up exhausted because I'm like, just let me rest. So it's kind of a good place to like brain dump your dreams if you're someone who finds that interesting. And I've noticed for the first kind of half a page I'm going on about my dream, and then out of nowhere something that was obviously bothering me or something that was on my mind kind of pops up, and as I'm writing it I don't tend to go back and reread it. I think that's also important. It's not something, you know, you're necessarily meant to analyse, I would say. It's more just a place to kind of get things from A to B. But anytime I have reread over a couple of pages, I've been like, wow, that came out of nowhere. Like, one minute I'm like, oh, the weather's nice outside, I had a weird day, and I can't believe back in this year this happened to me. And it's kind of quite a therapeutic way, I think, of processing some of those thoughts. The reason you do it in the morning, I think, is because your brain is yet to wake up, and you're in that kind of quite like childlike state where all of your emotions and everything are kind of running free, and you haven't kind of yet put your guard up a little bit. So I've noticed that any kind of worries I'm having at the moment I tend to write down, and then when I close that book and put it away, I really feel like I'm starting the day with like a fresh, clean slate, which is amazing if you're somebody who suffers with anxiety or being nervous and things like that. I would 100% say since I've started to do this, my like general anxiety about life has gone down a lot. Again, you know, correlation, causation. I can't really say if it's directly because of this book, but I definitely feel like it's helping. So that's something to bear in mind if you're quite an overthinker. And yeah, I've done it for 60 days now, and I think I'll carry on with this habit for a long time. I don't know if it'll be 10 years like with this book, or longer or shorter, who knows. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a quick review of how I found Julia Cameron's morning pages. They've really been a bit of a game changer for me. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, if you've already heard about this idea, if you do something similar. You know, it is really kind of commonly known now that journaling is a great way to deal with mental health problems, or just to kind of brain dump all the things that are on your mind. So I think it's a really effective way, and I'm going to continue for as long as I can. And I hope to see you again around these spots soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.